In this presentation, we will be discussing about a pie chart and a square graph to do with ISIS and refugees. We will also be analysing the strengths and weaknesses of both charts. Group 25, Visualising Societies group presentation, Abby Durant.
Kirsty Taylor. Olivia Bell.
This is our presentation input in a format of a pie graph. We've all put ourselves down as 25% each.
The first visualisation is from The Guardian, and it's talking about the relocation of refugees throughout Europe and where they're all going. The main feature of this is a square graph, and it shows the relocation and the relocation proposals and what's actually been done and what everyone's talking about doing. It uses distinguishing colours to represent different bites of information. Visually, the graph is quite enticing because it uses different colours to demonstrate different aspects of the information that it's trying to convey. And it's sectioned out quite clearly by country. The particular strength of this visualisation is the format of it, a square graph, which makes it easy to understand and review the data. Also, the use of a key makes the reader able to understand what each section of data is trying to demonstrate. The colours used are bright, which makes it easier for the reader to analyse the data quickly and accurately. My view is that the visual graph is easy to read and no one would have a problem understanding it. It was successful at conveying large quantities of information in a restricted place. However, the negatives of this data are that if the reader has never seen a square graph before, they'll struggle to understand what it's trying to convey. It would have to be read repeatedly and for quite some time for the reader to understand, as I have experienced.
The second piece of visualising data that we have found was from The Independent, and it shows how foreign fighters recruited to ISIS using percentages, and it's a pie chart. The main features of this data is to show where the foreign fighters are recruited from, for example, through friends, family, or a mosque. The particular strengths of this data are that it's simple to understand and read. Pie charts are universally understood as they deal with percentages and are visually descriptive. In the article, you can scroll over the certain slices of the pie chart and they highlight, which is more enticing for easy access to bite-sized data. The negativities of this data representation are that the research methods explaining how the data was collected are not clearly explained, and it only focuses on 3 factors of interest. This is not representative of the complexities of real-life situations, so it lacks depth. With this data, there was no research methods behind it on the website, which could make the reader sceptical about where the results had come from and if they were honest or not. Unlike The Guardian, which their square graph had background research and a website linked to where the research came from.
In this slide, I'll be discussing the comparison and differences between both of the graphs. Both visual data are about current events in the media and the world affairs. For example, one's about refugee crisis and the other is about the terrorist attacks that have recently happened due to ISIS. They both demonstrate the information they are trying to portray effectively and make it easy for the readers to understand. The square graph is more focused on statistics than the pie graph, which is quite vague and lacking context. The difference in reading level is apparent by the complexity of each graph. One is universally understood, for example the pie chart, which everyone can understand percentages, that is out of 100, so it's easier to see the sections, while the other is more restricted in the sense that if you've never seen a square graph before, you might struggle understanding it, as we said on the previous slides. One is quite sensationalistic, simplifying complex subject matter and diluting it, while the other is quite literally stats.